Hey, I'm Randy, and you're watching The Cheap Audio Man. Here at The Cheap Audio Man, we help other folks find high-value hi-fi, home theater, and headphone equipment. And today we're talking about 10 reasons why you should be thankful you're an audiophile or hi-fi enthusiast, or whatever you want to call yourself, in 2021. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee. Let's talk about 10 reasons why you should be thankful to be an audiophile or hi-fi enthusiast or whatever else, stereo hobbyist, whatever else you want to call yourself in 2021. Instead of having a fake sponsor, we're going to have a real record. Supertramp, 1979, I think. Supertramp, Breakfast in America. As Take the Long Way Home. One of my patrons sent me this. Thank you, Dan. And you can tell this was a used one because we used to put our initials on our physical media back in the day. Like that's going to somehow prevent it from being stolen, but it made us feel better putting our initials on stuff. Which leads me to 10 reasons why we should be thankful to be audiophiles, hi-fi enthusiasts, stereo hobbyists in 2021. Number 1, streaming. Streaming. In 1983, when I really started getting into this hobby, I had to go to the pharmacy, our pharmacy, where they really only had Huey Lewis in the News, sports, Michael Jackson, Thriller, eventually, and Lionel Richie. I can't remember which record it was, but all night long, all night. Oh, that one. Anyway, they didn't really have any other records. So that was it. That was for me. I grew up in a small town, rural America. We didn't have a lot to choose from when it came to music. Well, not now. Right now, if I want to listen to Lionel Richie's entire catalog, I can pull it up on Amazon Music or Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or Qobuz or maybe even Deezer, because there's a whole bunch of streaming platforms that we can get for down to $7 a month, $9 a month. Amazon Music is $8 a month if you're a Prime member. $8. I used to buy 2 or 3 cassettes or eventually CDs in a month. It's $40, and that was mid-80s dollars, and that's when I was 12. $40 was not easy to come by. If you looked at my music to income ratio, I was in way over my head from the beginning. $8, stream anything. Some people are going to say, well, CDs sound better. Fine, records sound better. Fine. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you don't have to trek down to the next biggest town over that has a hole-in-the-wall music store that you have to thumb through, or you have to go into Walmart. And remember back in the day, the theft deterrent devices was like a cardboard box, this 4-foot cardboard box with the CD and a little window at the top. Don't have to deal with that anymore. Now you just pull it up. Streaming every song that you could possibly want, for the most part. Yes, someone goes, yeah, well, they don't have a great catalog, or they don't. Well, that's fine. But I guarantee you it's more music than you'll probably ever want to listen to. Streaming, that's number 1. Number 2, direct to consumer companies. Now, this one might be a bit controversial because I know a lot of people like stereo stores. Well, for me, growing up in rural America, I didn't have a lot of hi-fi stores to choose from. Now, I did have Sears and Montgomery Ward and some other places like that, but guess what? I didn't get to listen to it there. I still had to buy it sight unheard. So if I wanted to buy something, I had to give them my money before I even knew what it sounded like and take it home. But now we have a whole bunch of different options. And we have options where it is just the company, like Emotiva, Fluence, Tecton, Zoo, Geshelli Labs, my friends in Florida. They'll send it out to you. If you don't like it, you can send it back. It's awesome. It's awesome. You get to try it out in your home. Not to mention that, maybe the margins are different. Maybe you're getting a higher value product. I don't know. Some people will argue that. But instead of having to go over to the next town or make a whole bunch of calls or driving sometimes, in my case, into the next state to get something, you can pull it up on the internet, have it shipped to you, and it'll be there sometimes the next day or in 2 days or whatever. Direct to consumer companies. I think we should be thankful for that in 2021. Not getting that down on hi-fi shops. Just not everybody had a hi-fi shop because we didn't live in some major metropolitan area like New York or Chicago or LA or Dallas. Social media. Number 3, social media and community. I know people are probably going, what? Social media? Facebook? That's evil. Well, it's just like a car. You can use a car to drive through the front of a donut shop and steal all the donuts. Or you could use your car to drive to the hospital and volunteer on the children's ward. Point being is, a car is a tool. You can use it for a variety of things. Social media is a tool. You can use it for a variety of things, including but not limited to having a Facebook group where we get together and chit-chat about audio, or getting on Zoom meetings every Sunday night and chit-chatting about stereos and stuff like that. Well, one moment. The community aspect of this hobby is incredible. When I was growing up in rural America as a kid, I had a higher chance of meeting a frog wearing a leather tuxedo than I did another audiophile. Well, guess what? Every Sunday night, I sit down, literally, and then virtually, with 30 to 40 other audiophiles, and we chit-chat. We don't have to be ashamed about our affliction anymore. We don't have to be closeted audiophiles. We can go out. I'm sure folks know about forums, and now those aren't always healthy. Forums and Facebook groups and things like that. But if it's a good group, it can be a soul-enriching experience to get on there and talk to other folks. Not only talk to other folks, but learn from other people. I learn something every Sunday night when I get on my Zooms. It is incredible. And it's an incredible time with swiping your phone open. We can chit-chat with our audiophile buddies. Number 4, competition. The competition is getting fierce from all over the world. What does that mean? It means the old guys are getting better or they're dying. They're either getting better or they're dying. It means they're just driving prices down. Heck, Polk, I like Polk, okay? I have a lot of Polk products, but their speakers weren't all that great even 5 years ago. The new line of Polks are good. ELACs are good speakers for a low price. There's a lot of other companies vying for your business, and I think it's great. You have companies like U-Turn starting up within the last few years. Making turntables in the USA. Competition, it's good. It's good, it's good. Technology. DAC technology's come a long way, even amp technology. I know not everybody, sometimes including myself, loves Class D amplification, but it's getting better with new op amps and stuff like that. It's getting better. I like that. It can be cheaper. It's smaller. It's easier to ship. It's easier to put on your desk. Technology is pushing this hobby forward at a lower price than ever before. Speakers are better braced, better modeled. You get 90% of the way there with some computer stuff, and then the last 10%, somebody tunes it by ear and makes it, the magic maker tunes it by ear. And guess what? You're rocking and rolling with a $250 speaker and you're loving life. There's powered speakers. You don't even have to have an amp. You don't have to have a ginormous rack of stuff. You can just put your speakers up there. Are they great? Well, maybe. I have some in for review. Personally, I don't prefer powered speakers, but they exist, and for people that like them, then they're there. Small subs. I love small subs. I don't like big subs. I love small subs. Subs are getting smaller. Heck, my SVS SB1000 Pro is about the size of an 8-inch subwoofer was even 5 years ago. Technology, science is making our hobby better. Vintage audio. I'm just saying vintage because I love it. Actually, it's gotten more expensive, way more expensive. And I know people are complaining that it's gotten more expensive, but I just say people are finally realizing how much this stuff is worth. So vintage audio, that's another reason to be excited because it exists. DIY. DIY is awesome. You can get an awesome speaker kit from folks like CSS Audio, GR Research, Matty Sound, Parts Express. You can get an amp kit or preamp kit from Akatika, or Akitika if you're actually looking for it because it's not pronounced like it's spelled. Amp camp kits, all sorts of DIY stuff. I would challenge you, think about it. 2022, think about doing some type of DIY kit. It is fun, it's a learning experience, and it's readily available on the internet. Tubes, number 8, tubes. I don't know why I said tubes, except for that a lot of my patrons love tubes, and we talk about it a lot on the Zoom meetings. I don't quite get them, but I respect a lot of people who love tubes. I'm going to just say tubes, and you better get them while you can because apparently there's a shortage of tubes. Tube shortage. Speaking of tubes, how about YouTube? I know, just like social media, sometimes YouTube can be a swim in the gross pool of neighbor's house that they don't clean their pool, and they got to shock the pool with a whole bunch of chlorine or something like that, but they don't do it, so it's just green. Anyway, YouTube is awesome. You can go in there and get so many different viewpoints from so many different people with so many different mentalities or thought processes. You want measurements? You got it. There's a whole bunch of YouTubers that do measurement stuff. You want subjective reviews, people just to talk to you? You got it. You want some idiot to make up stories about things around their office and say that it's a sponsor? You got it. You have whatever you want. And guess what I had growing up? Stereo Review. Not only was Stereo Review, I literally didn't even know what it was. I just ordered the subscription. Not only was it about stuff that was so far out of my price range that I would never, ever in a million years be able to have any of it, I had to wait once a month to get it. And if I lost my magazines, I didn't have the previous months to refer back to. YouTube. Everybody out there's entire catalog, just like streaming, is available. If you're interested in a specific turntable or cartridge or amp or speaker, type it into the old YouTube machine and see how many reviews pop up. It is awesome. We don't have to worry about Stereo Review or whatever the other magazines were, because I never read them. We don't have to worry about those being delivered every month, although it was pretty cool when it was magazine day. We don't have to worry about them being delivered every month because we have it right at the touch of our fingers. YouTube. Why to be thankful? I really believe that we're in the golden age of audio. People will probably disagree with me, but it doesn't matter because I am thankful to be an audiophile, stereo enthusiast, hi-fi hobbyist in 2021. And I believe, truly believe, I do. It's only going to get better. Yeah, there's supply chain issues. We'll get over it. It's going to get better. How much better can it get, though? I would argue it's probably going to get even more better. 2021, you can put together a whole system, stream all the music you want, learn all you need in an afternoon. When I was growing up, that would take months. Anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody, if you made it this far through the video. Don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. I guess you can binge watch stereo reviews on YouTube, but binge listen today, Thanksgiving Day, and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.